we are looking ahead to England against Spain in the Euro final tomorrow, and we are now going to take you to Berlin, because we were hearing Harry Lowe motoring across the Low Countries a little bit earlier, trying to get to Berlin, but Marco Helliwell is far more organised, and he's just arrived in the German capital right now. Marco, hello.
I'm speaking to you live from Berlin. Thanks very much for having me on.
Not at all. What a satisfied sound that must be to you to be there. You're there well in advance. You're going to be at the final tomorrow.
It was almost too good to be true. How
Really?
Quickly everything took. I mean, like we ploughed through sort of France, Belgium, and Holland almost as quickly as they went out the tournament, and it's just been so quick. Like my driver, shout out to my driver, never met him before, Daniel, who we met on Car Blah Blah. It's a sort of Airbnb carpooling website. So
very good.
3 other guys, never met them in my life, and we set off from Sunbury-on-Thames at 3 a.m. Over to Folkestone, where we got Le Château, and it just went so smoothly, and I'm just so happy to be here, ticketless of course, but happy to soak in the vibes and sort of, hopefully I can still get one.
Now, your song that you've done called Gareth, your band The Half-Timers, we'll play a little bit of that in just a second, but you've invested quite a bit of creativity, not just hard-earned cash to get you to Germany. You've poured your heart and soul into England's run to the final.
I have, yeah. A lot of people all of a sudden are very pro Gareth Southgate, but I stuck to my guns.
Yep.
And I was with him from the off. Pre-tournament, I made this song. He's done an absolute fantastic job for us, and I've come all the way to Germany to declare my undying love for him and say thank you for what he's done for this England team and for the country. It's just absolutely fantastic.
What have you made of the criticism that he has had over the course of, let's be honest, about 3 or 4 weeks? It feels like longer, but it's been a very concentrated period of time.
A line's been crossed. Unjust aside, from a sort of footballing perspective, and a bit unfair, if we just couldn't shrug it off like that. But at times, personal, over the line. I mean, I feel really sorry for the guy, but when you got people throwing beer cups at him and his family, I'm hearing as well. I mean, who do those people think they are? And here we are at a final, and they're going to, those people that did that are going to enjoy it just as much as the next man. And the stats don't lie. This is the best era in my lifetime that we've had, footballing wise. I don't know if people remember what England used to be like.
I'm afraid I do.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm really enjoying this tenure, and I hope that a couple of trolls haven't scared the poor man away who's doing miracles for the team. Exactly.
That was my next question. Do you think that he will, whatever happens tomorrow night, think I could do without this?
I really don't know. I mean, what I would say is that it's a very prestigious job, and it's a very difficult one to walk away from. And I think if he gets a bit unlucky, if we have a similar situation that we had in 2021, where, it's literally just a few kicks of the ball and we could have been champions, if he's just a bit unlucky like that, but we put on a really good performance, I can see him sort of walking away. I could also, sorry, this is not a very good answer, because I could also see him walking away if he does win it. Yeah. And, say, look, I've done my bit, I feel a bit underappreciated, but if I was Gareth Southgate, I really hope that he would be like, you know what, I want to go and do the World Cup in America. Why would you disrupt such a beautiful unit that you have there in the England squad?
We're going to talk about the game in a second, but let's hear a little bit of your song, Gareth, shall we? Here they are, the Half-Timers. Take it away.
No one knows the pain more than Gareth. No one wants it more than Gareth. Get behind the man inside the waistcoat. Ooh, it's a fickle game, and our fans, they love to complain. Had it gone another way at Wembley, what I do, I can't say, don't tell me.
Well, there we are. There's the half-timers doing Gareth, and very pleased to say Marco is still on the line. Channeling a little bit of Three Lions there, Marco. Is that the sort of the texture of it? Is that fair?
Hey, look, there's a formula. There's a winning formula. I resisted using. I've done 2 other songs, and in my first song, it was called "Coming Home for Christmas." And it's very. If you listen to most England football tournament songs, it's so hard because it's completely ingrained in our culture. It is the best England song. It will always be. My ambition is to be second. Hopefully, Gareth will be the anthem that people will remember from this tournament as it finally comes home. But yeah, you know, it's a great song for you. I actually saw it live, the Lightning Seas, a few weeks back for Euros launch party. It was tremendous. It was quite something seeing it live. Absolutely. No, I always think poor old Ian Brodie and the Lightning Seas don't get half as much credit as they deserve, because I know that Baddiel and Skinner did the lyrics and all that, and they were the names behind it. But I think Ian Brodie played all the instruments, wrote the song, and produced it. So I hope that they still bathe in the glory of that, because he was kind of the mastermind. But anyway, what about the game then tomorrow? How do you think? We just had a Spanish fan on. They're pretty confident. I'm really confident. I mean, I think Spain are a very strong team, but I don't think they're invincible. They're not a Spanish team that I would have, absolutely trembled at the knees at a few years back. They have been the best team, but I don't think anyone's been that good this tournament. I think England are firing at the right time. I was really encouraged by the display against the Netherlands, and I think I've just got. There's just something in the air, and I'm here, and and I'm seeing other people with the St. George's flags, as capes, on the streets, and there's just something in the air. I really feel it.
And what can you tell us about Berlin? Does it feel like a capital that has been seized by Euro final fever?
Well, I have to admit, I'm sort of staying with a friend a bit more on the outskirts, and I'm literally going to freshen up a bit, and I'm going to get stuck in. But I mean, my God, what I've seen, I'm in sort of quite a trendy part, really. So I haven't really got stuck in, which I can't wait to do. I'm literally going to have a shower and go now. Oh well, it's brilliant to talk to you, Marco. And you say you're confident. Who's going to be the star tomorrow? Who's going to write the headline, do you think? Other than Gareth Southgate, obviously, but which of those players, some of whom have underperformed, do you think are going to step up at the moment when it really, really, really counts? Well, as a big Arsenal fan, I'm going to have to back Bukayo Saka. England Player of the Year twice. A boy from my area as well, close to me. He's from Greenford. I'm sort of Ealing Acton ways, and I really hope that he gets to have that limelight. But he's just such a team player. He's going to play a big part in that final tomorrow, and I'll be happy to see anyone score those goals. I just want it to come home.
Yeah, and imagine it. I mean, the world will, the world will change if it does come home, because then what are England? Well, the obvious thing is they're going to want a World Cup. But if it does change tomorrow, that will be quite something, won't it?
I'm actually worried for the safety of the country and the economy, and I don't. You know how the place just grinds to a halt when it rains too much or it snows? Like, we just don't know how to deal with it. What on earth is going to happen to the streets of England tomorrow? Well, should we win the Euros? I don't know, Mark. Yeah. Well, enjoy the next 24 hours. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on. Take care. No problem. All the best.